All right.
Jason, you been over to our spot lately? The Bed
No,
Week?
Five, four, three, two, one, zero. Ignition. Liftoff.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 of the Unnamed Kayak Fishing Show. What do we have on tap tonight? Well, we got quite a few things I want to share with you. First, we are going to talk about the Customer Appreciation Event Customer Appreciation Event that FeelFree Kayaks just put on for the last 3 weeks. And man, those guys down in Florida killed it. I have 3 of those fellas in the background now. They were our top 3 for the event, and we're going to announce where they finished up and their prize packages and things of like that. So it was a hell of a good event. I want to thank the guys from FeelFree, Sea Stream, Three Waters, and Johnny, everybody down in Asheville, North Carolina, for allowing us to put this on, the FeelFree fishing team. And I want to thank the guys that were in the background judging fish, because we had 17 states involved with 49 anglers that submitted over 247 fish. So they were, every time I got online to take a look and see if we needed to measure anything, those boys had it done. And the guys involved in the background that was involved is Joshua Booth, Shaky J. Harmon, Cody Bowers, Derek Burgos, and one more name that's just drawing a blank on it. Let me make sure if I got them all. And Tyler Thied. Tyler finished him up on me the last day before I could even get to him. So that was one of the reasons why we shut down the board 1 hour early. 1 hour early. Most tournaments do that. They'll shut down a little early so guys can't watch and see who's winning at the last second. And then I've got the Guru from Texas on, Chris Payne from Payne Outdoors. I believe today, from what I can see him doing right now, he's playing with plastics. So we might get a class on plastics again. No plastics. I was wrong. And then I want to share with you guys, I was up with the West Virginia Kayak Anglers. I did a 20-minute video, and that video breaks down your travel time. I was up there for 3.5 days at a Cheat River event up in Parsons, West Virginia, and a beautiful campground by Patriots 4. It's a military organization that helps wounded veterans go fishing and hunting. They got those track system vehicles where they can get veterans up in the woods to hunt or down in the water to fish. It's an outstanding organization. But they hosted us and let us stay at their campground. And we also made them our charity sponsor. So we got 5 segments, 20 minutes long. I'll share that with you. And anyway, let's take a quick break. And I am going to bring on our FeelFree guys. This segment is sponsored by Yak Gadget. Coogan Brothers Custom Tackle. Payne Outdoors. FeelFree Kayaks. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to bring on a panel. It's the panel board of our boys that are on my unnamed kayak server on Discord. You'll see 5 guys. The ugly guy in the far left corner, ignore him. He's just working on something. But the other 3 guys and myself are the top finishers I'm going to talk to with the and get them to talk about their fishing down in Florida. So just to let you guys know, I've seen a few people post on here. We got Conrad Benetti saying, "Sick cat, love mine." Hell yeah, feel free, baby. And then there's a hashtag for Team Denise. And then we got Jason Starley from Georgia. Says, "God bless you." Jay Robinson says, "Florida in the house." And we got James Reed viewing from YouTube saying, "What's up, Brother John?" And Danny Gann. That's the boy. That's the total package down there, fellas. You Florida boys need to meet Danny. But
I know.
then we got Randy Newton from What's Up, John. So, guys, we got a few people here enjoying the show. They're looking forward to hearing from you. So let's bring you guys on. All right, welcome to the show, fellas. In the middle screen top, I have Daniel Dockery. To the right, we have Jason Slater. And then bottom left, we have Jay Denise. I'm the ugly guy to the right, and the other guy, ugly guy to the left up top, that is our boy Chris. All right, so let me pull up this thing, make sure I got everything right. So anyway, guys that are watching, FeelFree put on a customer appreciation event, as we spoke about. And the top 3 will win some really nice prizes. So third place walks home with a $150 credit to FeelFreeUS.com. Second place gets $300 credit to FeelFreeUS.com. And then, of course, first place wins the Moken 12.5. So that's pretty nice prizes. Out of just, we'll start with Daniel. Daniel, tell us a little bit about what you did down there for 3 weeks.
Well, I basically ran around like a chicken with my head cut off, really, because the fishing was really, really tough. I mean, I never caught fish in the same spot, and the deal for me was hitting the points. And that's what I done all day long, every day, was just go from point to point to point. And it was just about finding stragglers here and there. I mean, I could pull up on a point and probably catch 20 or 30 fish in the 12 to 14 inch range, but getting them to be in the 20-inch range was a struggle. I mean, it was a battle. I really had to pull out every trick in the book to catch them. I mean, from going to 8-pound mono and fishing a shaky head rig to throwing a square bill crankbait right in the middle of the sticks. It was tough.
What do you think, Jason?
Them other 2 guys pushed me and pushed me and pushed me. And I started out, it was just going to be a fun thing to do. And then it got to where I was like, I'm really in this thing. I can do this. I can pull it off. And I really feel like I missed my opportunity on the 5th. That was the Monday right before Elsa came in. Because, man, the big fish were biting that morning. I went in, caught a 612. And the very next cast, I hung a monster that broke me off in the sticks. I couldn't get him out. But I had to rush back home and square everything away. I thought the storm was going to be a lot worse than what it was. And then I was hoping that the storm was going to hang around a little bit longer than it did the backside, because I thought the fishing was going to get really good. But storm went way too fast and high pressure came in, and it just caused the fish to get locked off.
Well, Jason, tell me about your 3 weeks, buddy.
Which Jason?
Jason Slater.
Oh, yeah.
Right. My bad.
Same exact thing as Daniel, pretty much. I knew the lakes that I wanted to fish, and I knew where the fish were, and it was the first 2 weeks were they were, I wouldn't say a piece of cake, but I mean the fishing was really easy, and finding them was working for me, and everything was going right. So and then the third week, that storm and everything, it kind of screwed the fishing up a little bit, and it made it a little tougher. And I was hot, I was still catching plenty of fish. I mean, I was having, 50, 60, 70 fish days, just nothing, tons of 20-inch, 19-inch, 18-inch, but I just could not, all of a sudden I just couldn't find anything that was like, that was gonna help me, because, you have that curse of having that, you have to find something that's going to help you. So it just kind of went like that. And this past last weekend, it was a grind. I made a decision to fish another lake that I thought was going to be really good. And it turns out I didn't know that they had actually like nuked the lake, and the whole lake was like destroyed. So I had to run. So I fished. I went around the whole lake and couldn't find really much. And I was so sad, because the lake was a beautiful trophy lake, and it got wiped out. So I had to go use a different lake, and it didn't really pan out. And then I didn't get to fish both days. I had to work Saturday, so it kind of cut my day. It kind of cut it short while I was struggling, to trying to find that last little bit. So, but for the most part, the first 2 weeks went great, and then the last week was a little bit of a struggle. I mean, not fish wise, just finding that big one wise.
I got you. What about JD?
First week I went out was great. Wound up winning the week, had the big fish. Slater pulled up right behind me. Second week I struggled. Like he said, I caught a ton of fish. I was having 50, 60, 70 fish days. Nothing over 20 inches. This third week I went out, I went into the last weekend. I said, man, I got to do something on Saturday. I wound up with 2 upgrades. Went home, ran the math in my head, and I said, holy, I think I'm in this still. Went out Sunday, I said, I need a couple good fish, as long as he doesn't upgrade too much.
Well, I tell you, man, you guys were killing it, because I'm thinking, how in the heck, got to keep this PG, how do you guys, upgrade 22 and 23 inch fish? It's crazy. And I was watching Slater came in that after week 1 with 109 inches of fish, and I'm thinking, you got to remember, us boys up north, and Jason, I know you're not a Florida boy either. You're from up this way, and
Yep.
So I'm not sure. I don't know if you're a Florida boy, Daniel, but when we catch anything up here that's over 16 inches, we're having a hell of a good day. And you guys down there, y'all laugh at that.
I'll tell you what, when I went out Sunday, I caught that 23.75. 2 casts later, I kid you not, I broke one off that had to be 25 to 27 inches long, well over 12 pounds. It wrapped me around a tree post or a fence post, snapped me off. I figured at that point I lost it.
Were you still using that 80-pound braid?
That was on, I think I was using 30-pound braid, 40-pound braid.
Man, because I know you guys. Wow. So anyway, well, hey, I want to. Roland was planning on being here and talking to you guys and congratulating you, but he couldn't make it, so he asked me to do it. But he's offering all 3 of you a brand ambassador position. So if you're interested in that, when you email him regarding your positions and your prizes, please let him know that whether you are interested or not, and then that way he can add you to his roles and stuff like that. But if you have any questions about that, please call me or text me. But we would love to have you as part of the FeelFree team, and hopefully you get to get a black hat like this and represent us out on the water. But anyway, so let's go ahead and let you guys know where y'all finished off. So third place was Daniel. So Daniel, you are being offered a $150 credit to our FeelFree store. Now, like I was telling everybody earlier, if y'all were watching, but Jason were slugging it out from Sunday, the first Sunday, when Slater jumped in there and was over him by about 4 inches after the Sunday evening. Held that lead all the way through until the last hour. So, Jason, you came in second place. Slater, congratulations on one heck of an event. And JD, you're our grand prize winner with your .75 upgrade that you had there. I don't know which 2 fish it was, but I know you guys were doing a lot of math, because each one of you sent me text messages saying, "Hey, what's the results?" And I'm like, I can't say. But we wanted to surprise you and thank you. I want to thank you from the bottom of the heart for making this one heck of an event, because a lot of excitement out there. from you guys that created a lot of buzz. Daniel came in there and snuck in on us and made it interesting. It bumped the FeelFree team member Jay Robinson down to fourth. But anyway, I'm going to give you, JD, a couple minutes to talk about that big fish that won it for you. Fellas, I would like to have you guys back on the show sometime. We want to learn your techniques and what you're throwing to catch these big fish. Maybe we can find something up here in the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic area that wants to bite what you guys are throwing. I know Chris Payne down in Texas is absolutely keeping his ear tuned in because he's up to speed on a lot of stuff. But you guys are out there throwing stuff that right now, and he might want to throw some of that stuff in Texas. So go ahead, JD. Tell us what you did, buddy.
Well, like I said, the last day, I knew I needed a monster just to have a chance of taking them out. Went out there, and morning started off great. Catching them on frogs, catching them on topwater spooks, but all 17, 18, 19-inch fish. Made my way down to an area, had to work to get to it. It's trying to catch these fish. I can't be fishing the same as everybody else on the lake. I'm trying to get to a spot I don't think anybody else is getting to. Work my way in. I can't use my motor. I can't use pedals. So I'm paddling through about 150 yards and just flop. Get back there. I'm not getting any bites. All of a sudden, a couple storms roll through. Got to lay the rods down on the deck, anchor up, put my rain gear on. There's lightning crashing. Storm passes by after about 20 minutes. Go back out, still nothing biting. I was like, oh, okay. Normally the big fish bite right after the storm. Had to slow down and drop a Senko down to him. As soon as the Senko hit the water, got to the bottom, a couple little twitches, and that big one just took off with it. Set the hook on it. Knew it was a good fish. Didn't think it was as big as she was. Get her in the net, throw her on the board. Said, holy cow, I might have done this. Put her on the scale. She weighed a little over 8 pounds. Went back to my day. Said, later's going to upgrade. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think I got him by about a ½ inch. Said, I'm going to need one more. 2 casts later, I hook into absolute giant. Just a beast. She wrapped me around a fence post that I didn't even know was there. Snaps the line off.
Hey, were you guys
looking at the time? I have no sediments on the lake.
Were you and Jason texting each other and teasing each other and agging each other on?
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, because that's the impression I got, that you guys had a really good friendly competition going on there. I'm just
it was funny. We all think a couple different lakes, and we show up at the same lake at the same time.
I'm wondering who had to pay each other dinner here. Somebody had dinner on this one. So.
You know, it was funny because I would get off the water. You know, usually I'm the first person on the lake, and I'm usually the last person to get off the lake. Where we are, and the lake that we fish is in the middle of nowhere. And one of the days I got off, and Jason's truck was still there, and there was some storms rolling in and stuff. So I wrote him a note on it and stuck it on his window and said, "Hey man, just let me know you got off the lake." I go, "Hey, you're not supposed to be still out there. I'm the last one to get off the lake." And then I'm like, "Just let me a message that let me know you got off okay, because it was gonna get nasty, and it was like 8 o'clock and he was still out there. It kind of shocked me, but yeah, it was weird. It was the one thing that was funny though is we fished the same lake, but the only time I only ran into him sometime 2 times in the morning right when we were leaving, and then other than that we would go our separate ways on the lake, and I never would see him all day. We wouldn't even see each other, and we were both fishing the same lake, and we were both finding giants all over the place in different spots, and it was crazy. That just goes to show you how many different monsters are in different sections of that lake.
Hey Daniel, we were talking earlier while you were trying to get online, and there is a benefit tournament that's being hosted right now by the guys at Kayak Bass Nation, and it's Save JT tournament. It's still going on for the rest of July, and JD's in fourth. Jason, if you were in that event, you'd probably be in the top 10 right now. I would recommend, if you guys don't mind donating $50 for a little boy that's needing some medical care, to drop $50 in that and go back out for the next 2 weeks and see if you can finish in the top 10 with over 1,000 people involved.
Even if you can't get out, this one's worth just entering, put the donation in. The family needs the help.
And all everybody that's watching out there, it looks like we got 15 viewers right now. But if you're watching out there, go look for that tournament on Tourney X. It's the Save JT tournament. And I think there's close to 1,000 people involved with that. That was their goal, was to reach 1,000 people. That's $50,000 that goes to the family.
Very nice.
So
Yeah, I'll definitely go check that out. That's the first I've heard of it, but I'll definitely do it.
we appreciate you guys. Hey, I'm going to jump off here, let you guys go eat dinner and stuff. God bless you, and thank you for jumping on here. Here in a little bit later, when this show's over, I'll post the information so you know how to get a hold of Roland regarding your prizes. God bless you.
Awesome.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Congrats, Daniel. Congrats, Jason.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. I can't believe you pulled it off, Denise. That's wild.
An outdoor product analyst.
That's wild.
Custom soft.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
Check out our reviews and products at our website, payneoutdoors.com.
FeelFree Kayaks. Something for everyone. Pedal, paddle, or power. We can outfit you to meet your needs. For more information, visit FeelFreeUS.com.
Kayak Gadget offers all kinds of kayak accessories such as motor mounts, anchor systems, and other track-based items to make your time more enjoyable on the water. Visit their Facebook page, search Yak Gadget.
Guggen Brothers Custom Tackle specializes in jigs and Ned-style lures. Brothers who know what it takes to put fish in the boat. Check out their Facebook page. Search Guggen Brothers Custom Tackle. Alright guys, y'all saw him standing in the background during that last 15 minutes of conversation, and he was definitely busy doing something. I tried to spy on him a little bit while the guys were talking, but he kept everything just out of view. So let's bring on Chris Payne. What up,
What's
Big
up,
Daddy?
John? Hey, how's things?
Good, buddy. Good, buddy. So I appreciate you hanging out with us here while we're talking to the boys from the Customer Appreciation Event. So what you got going on, man?
Well, right now I'm mixing up a new colorway that I'm gonna fish in our Angler of the Year Classic here on our local trail before I officially make it available to the public. But it is my own spin on an Okeechobee craw, so you can kind of see those colors there. That'll match up. I know that's a real popular color with a lot of guys, especially in creature baits and Cincos and that kind of stuff. But today I wanted to talk about something that is applicable to this time of year. A lot of guys are fishing deep and trying to locate fish, and we talked about search baits a couple of weeks ago. We talked about deep diving crankbaits. We talked about stroking a jig. We talked about Carolina rigs, all that kind of stuff. But what you also don't want to do in the summertime is fish a bunch of dead water, right? And so you want to look for things. And once that morning topwater bite is gone, so we're not fishing rivers, we're talking about reservoirs. A lot of times like Highland Lake reservoirs where you've got clear water. Fish get real spooky with bluebird skies. And, I hear people on my local lake all the time where the water can be 30 or 40 feet clear deep. You can see the bottom in 30, 40 feet sometimes. They're like, man, I can't catch fish after 8:30. As soon as the sun is clear of the horizon, it's over for them. And then they can't catch fish again until dusk. Well, so I want to give a little bit of insight on how I catch fish in bluebird skies when it gets hard for everybody else. We've talked about deep lines and 18 to 25 foot of water and looking for fish that are, turtles on a log, stacked along the bottom and that kind of thing. We talked about all that. But you need to be able to eliminate water. So most people, when the sun gets up, they start fishing the shade lines, right? They'll fish the shady banks. Well, so I like to break that norm. And here's why. I'll fish the opposite bank. I'll fish whatever the sunny bank is. So when the sun's coming up in the east, I'm going to fish that west bank first. And then as the sun gets higher, I'm going to move over to the east bank. People are like, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Fish are going to be in the shade. You're right. They are going to be in the shade. However, if I'm looking at a bluff wall that's 400 yards long, right? And then I know that there's a ledge and I'm fishing ledges that are down deep. I can still catch fish in the morning and in the evening shallow if I am struggling, right? So when I'm fishing a tournament, I'm gonna try to fish that deep water. But if I just can't get that crankbait bite going or that Carolina rig bite going, and I still need 2 or 3 fish, or I need some upgrades, some fish will stay shallow if they have dark enough shadows throughout the day. Fish are typically, they will come together at the spawn, and then half of them will go shallow, or will stay shallow in like heavy weed mats and stuff like that, and really heavy timber, and then some of them will go deep. And if I cannot get those deep fish going, I'm going to go up to the opposite bank, right? If the sun's in the east, I'm going to fish that west bank. I'm going to fish the sunniest bank I can find, and I'm going to look for boulders. I'm going to look for big boulders in my lakes. I'm going to look for timber. But here's the special kind of timber. I don't want vertical timber, right? I don't want all these stick-ups because they just cast a single line. What I want is horizontal timber. I want those trees that have fallen down and lay down, that have all their branches that are spread out. And anybody who's fished with electronics knows what those look like. I see those, I get excited because I know every one of those is going to hold a fish. I don't care what your electronics say, and if you can't see them on there, there's a fish on that horizontal timber that's spread out like that. And so I can eliminate water by fishing the opposite bank of whatever time of day it is. So if I'm fishing the west bank,
you're also eliminating competition too.
Yes, nobody else is fishing that. So I have a choice. I can fish the shade, which everybody's like, oh, the fish are in the shade. Yeah, but I've got 400 yards of bank with shade on it. Well, those fish, now I have to find additional structure that the fish are on in the shade. Or I can combine those two concepts, fish the sunny side, find my horizontal laydowns and my boulders that are casting shade on a sunny bank, and my shallow fish are all congregated right there. So I'm shooting fish in a barrel at that point. I'm only looking for 2 or 3 spots along that bank, which I can find with electronics, or if I've got good optics and my water is clear, I can find that shade just by looking, just by sight fishing. And you
got a comment here from West Virginia Lip Ripper said, I need to place an order for some of those Payne products for the charity tournament. And then the Heartless 101 said, what's up, guys? I'm loving the free tips. So,
all right, good. You want to place an order, PayneOutdoors.com/store, and all our soft plastics are there. And we have launched our new 6-inch lizard. It is on there. It's called El Lagarto, which is Spanish for lizard. So nothing fancy there. But that's a new body style that we've launched recently. So that is available. Eliminating water, right? So everybody else wants to fish the shade lines. They're going to fish that entire bank. They're going to drag all their crap through that bank, and they may catch some fish. But if I can move and fish fast and look for those areas and then stop and fish that area, I can catch more than one fish almost every time on the sunny bank where the shade and the structure are. So horizontal timber, big boulders, it's much easier to fish and locate fish. I love it. I can't say enough about it. And so there's probably some people that are like, man, this is a little bit nuts. Scientifically it makes sense, but it's a little bit nuts because nobody ever talks about it. Everybody's like, well, you got to fish the shade, you got to fish under the docks, you got to do that. Well, yeah, but if I'm in a marina that's got 300 boat slips, where are the fish? Well, they're under the whatever dock has all the crappie trees under it, right? But how do I locate that without going to 300 boat slips? I don't want to pre-fish 300 boat slips to find the crappie docks necessarily. And so what I'll do instead is I'll scan my electronics along an east bank and a west bank. And then when the sun comes up, I already have my GPS locations. I'm going to 3 spots. That's all I'm fishing. I'm fishing those 3 spots where I know they're at. And then when the sun gets up and it rotates past, high noon and it starts going to the other bank, I'm moving to the opposite bank of everybody else. I'm fishing by myself most of the time. I'm hitting those fish. I'm hitting those pockets. I'm popping 1, 2, 3 fish out of each of those locations. Now I'm catching 12 to 15 fish in a tournament instead of struggling with 3 trying to get to 5, fishing the same water everybody else has been trudging since 8:30 a.m.
It makes me think back to the very first tournament I fished back in 2014, which happened to be the tournament that Beth won. Her very first tournament, she won, and she did it almost exactly what you're talking about. She fished a probably 250-yard area with 3 or 4 laydowns all day.
Yeah.
She would fish one for 30 minutes. She would slide over, fish another one, slide over, fish another one, then go back and she ended up catching, I think about 9 or 10 fish off those 4 laydowns and won the tournament. So great advice. Hey man, we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I know we're not going to do a show next Tuesday because I'm going to be down at ICAST or flying to ICAST Tuesday. So God bless you. I hope things went well with you in Illinois. Y'all decided on a college. Guys, this is Chris Payne from Payne Outdoors. Make sure you go follow his stuff. The dude is just a dynamite when it comes to knowledge. He can blow your mind, and he's a little bit funny too. So thank you, brother. I'll talk to you later. We'll talk to you soon.
See you, babe.
This segment is sponsored by Kayak Gadget. Coogan Brothers Custom Tackle. Payne Outdoors. FeelFree Kayaks. This segment is sponsored by Kayak Gadget. Coogan Brothers Custom Tackle. Payne Outdoors. FeelFree Kayaks. All right, guys. I'm back on. Now we've went through a couple segments of the show. I did forget to announce that Roland sent me our 3rd week hashtag winners for the FeelFree event, which will be posted on all the FeelFree associated pages here shortly. But for week 3, we had Jason Bray, Wesley Key, Roy Boyd Jr., and Justin Stotler were the hashtag winners. So what you'll need to do is reach out to Roland via email, let him know you're the week 3 hashtag winner, and he will reach out to you with a corresponding credit for the FeelFree Kayak website. So this next segment I'm going to share with you guys was when this past weekend we went to the Cheat River, and it's 18 minutes of video. It's broken down in segments where I do the travel, then I set up camp, we do a pre-fishing day, we do a tournament, which I show the tournament results, And then we announce how we raised money for Patriot 4, the organization up there. Anybody in West Virginia or surrounding area looking to do some really cool fishing events, then you need to talk to Greg Kupfner at WKA. The man can set you up and give you what's required to fish the next couple events before the season's over. So let's go watch the video from the cheat, and there's a couple areas that I will narrate and explain, especially the Tourney X stuff. Good morning, guys and gals. John Rapp. I'm all packed up, and I'm getting ready to head north to the Cheat River. We're going to be staying at the Patriots 4 Veterans Camp. Need to get registered for this West Virginia Kayak Anglers event. So, let's do that. Jump on Tourney X and get her done. Follow along. Alright, when you get registered, you have your Tourney X app. There's an area where you can register for tourneys. You click that button. Okay, see I got them grouped in the fishing area. And I hit tourney registration. I'll go into the search area and I'll type in cheat, which will bring up the specific registration that I'm looking for. Click register, and it'll bring up the tournament information regarding the Cheat River held by West Virginia Kayak Anglers, dates, times. There's a description box you might want to scan through it. Tells you a little bit about the information for camping, any tournament details, as well as the entry fees and everything like that. West Virginia Kayak Anglers also does team events. They'll tell you about the awards types and payouts, and then of course you got your tournament fees. You can go down in there and select the appropriate boxes that you're going to check, agree to your Tourney X terms of use, and any other boxes that are required to register for the tournament, and you go down and proceed to checkout. So you're registered, but you need to pay. So like I got mine set up where I go through PayPal, and I'll do all my login information and click it, get it up to the pay scene, and once I'm there I just hit pay. Once I'm paid, it tells me I'm registered. I'll make a donation to Socks and Cookies. They've done outstanding things for our West Virginia troops last year. And I'm paid. Now I'll go back to my standings on my tournament app, and you'll see it shows now I'm registered. Also, when you're looking through the standings, one thing I do like about Tourney X, it shows you how many people are registered, including you. So that's how that works. So it's Friday. Doing a little pre-fishing. Normally, when you do tournaments like we're doing with WVK, you go early, set up a camp or stay somewhere, and go out and try to eliminate baits. So that's what I'm doing right now. This big girl doesn't want to relax. She's a 17.75, big small here.
Anyway, like I said, all this stuff's going to release live on Facebook, so that's why we don't have a ton here. I'm assuming you guys are here because you don't have service like me. No, they just like seeing our pretty faces. Yeah, I figured that's what it is. Just make sure you stay in the cheat. I know there's several forks of the cheat that you can try to get up in. Make sure you're on the cheat. Your identifier is going to be HL13. HL13. Everything else is pretty standard, guys. Just like any other tournament, wear your life jacket. Safety first. That's the key. Make sure you're not doing anything crazy. If it's something you don't feel comfortable with, don't do it. Team tournament. Make sure you got me paid before 8 o'clock. And with it, I know your team name. Even if you send it to me, I won't get it. But I think we've got most of that already covered. Anybody have any questions? HL13. Yep. Start time 6. Yeah. Yeah. You're in the water. You're allowed to get in the water at 5:30. First cast is 6. Last cast is 2 p.m. We're giving you 2 hours to upload fish. Anybody that wants to run to the lake, you have plenty of time to do it. And the service is a little spotty, so we gave you some extra time to make sure you found it. Be back here at 4. Back here by 4. Fish uploaded by 4. Fish uploaded by 4. Our awards are 4:30. We're probably going to have to be in town scoring fish just to make sure we have plenty of service to get it done. So if we're not here, just be here by 4. Our charity is going to be Patriots 4. So we'll start taking collections for that tomorrow. Great organization. They do a lot of stuff. Get veterans out. Let us camp here for free. But they get veterans up on the mountain to hunt, out in the water to fish. And they're just a great organization. If you haven't looked them up, look them up. They do a lot of good stuff. So, other than that, guys, good luck tomorrow. Stay safe, and we'll see you back here 4:30.
So, pre-fishing, when you go to a WVK or any other tournament, people always go early, get things set up, like a campsite. One of the things that happens with the West Virginia kayak anglers is they normally the way down the riverbank. We've got campsite set up. So let's check it out. I'm here with Evan. Evan's here at the West Virginia Kayak Anglers Tournament. He's a white sulfur boy from Greenbrier County. Got his campsite set up. He just got set up a little bit. He's throwing some poles together. He's rocking the Wilderness Systems boat. Tell me, man, so why are you here? What are you doing? What's the plan?
Oh, just looking to put as many inches in the kayak tomorrow as you can. Go out there and just put that practice to work. Spend some time with my little cousin. It's an open tournament tomorrow, the first open tournament of the year. So my 18-year-old cousin's out here fishing a tournament with us.
Sweet. So you've been a member of the WVK very long?
This is my first year.
Sweet, rookie, awesome.
Yes, sir.
So have you got to meet very many of the guys? It's a Friday night.
Yeah.
Pre-fish day. We just had a captain's meeting. We're checking out everybody's campsites, and I got an ugly dude behind me.
Yeah.
But, so tell us about it, man. I mean, who all have you talked to and met so far?
Well, that's actually, half of the fun of the club is just getting to network with other people who are passionate about bass fishing. That ugly guy who's behind you there a second ago, old Stormy, super nice guy, super welcoming, to the community and everything, just like a lot of other people as well. So.
Awesome, man. Well, enjoy. That you continue to set up your site.
Thanks, man.
All right, brother. Talk to you later. So I'm raiding another campsite. These dudes are so hardcore that they're fishing on dry land. What's up, fellas?
What's up, John?
So what's the plan for tomorrow?
Well, we might do this float here, or if the water clears up, we might go down towards Rollisburg and fish.
So have you guys been out? You guys got some deluxe accommodations here. I mean,
we went out. We got here at about noon today. Came up, did a little bit of fishing through here. Caught probably 20, 25 each, and then nothing of big size, but a few 10, 12s, but nothing above 12.
Well, introduce yourselves.
I'm Jordan Clark. And I'm Andy.
An SS Black Widow. Oh, no, it ain't a Black Widow. He just got a Woodsman.
Yeah, I know. It looks dark in the shade.
And another super bright Bonnie, glowing in the dark here. So you guys got
the first time on a river.
Awesome, man. So are you guys members of the club, or are you just here for the open event?
We are. We're members and we're teammates.
Awesome. Team event too.
Yeah.
Awesome. So y'all been out talking to people, finding out getting any good details for tomorrow?
Yeah, we try to talk to everybody. Got a few details, but this is our first time ever in this section up here, so it'll be interesting, but we're excited for it.
Awesome, brother. Well, good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, John.
Thank you. Have a good one.
He's all right. And these guys here setting up camp, got all the gear out, firewood. Who we got the inside there setting up? Hey, Bun. How are you, hon?
It's good. How you doing?
Good. So you ready for tomorrow?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am.
Well, hey, I'll go talk to these other guys while you're setting up house.
Okay.
Talk to you shortly.
Okay, bud. Good seeing you.
It's good seeing you. So you can see they're back in the little honey cove there. Then you can see Rick here, hard at it, setting up his boat.
Adding some fish rod holders, but
There you go.
struggling on this one.
Poking holes in his kayak.
That's right. Then we got Jeff, Mark and Phil. So what you doing, man? You know, it's Friday night, setting up shop for your for tomorrow or what?
Yeah, gotta add some rod holders.
Yeah.
So
Is that what you do on your Friday nights when you're taking advantage of hanging out with the WDK guys?
yeah, try to bum some free labor, but you see what they're doing. They're supervising.
Yeah, I see the supervisor over there eating.
Supervisory committee.
Yep.
They said, sure, put a two. Yeah, they want me to put a 2-inch hole in my boat before I float.
Awesome, man. So, see y'all got the tent site set up and ready to roll.
Yep.
Awesome.
Go to FeelFree.
That's right, baby. What's going on, Phil?
Eating.
So what's the commentary going on over here with socializing and talking and here on a Friday night?
Talking some
Strategies.
A lot of prayers going on for tomorrow.
Awesome. So we can always use prayers, man. All right. We'll talk to you shortly. In 10th place with 64.5 inches, Mark Edwards. Hurry, Mark!
Are you doing napping over there?
If you didn't hear, you got 10th place. Congratulations, Mark. Thank you. And Mike?
He went home.
He went home.
Yes, kid's sick.
Ooh, that ain't good. In 8th place with 65.5 inches, Evan Adamson. He also got Big Bass with 18.5 inches.
You got to come up here and get your picture.
Gotta get pictures. Or I get my stuff back. In 7th place with 66 inches, Amos Hicks. AC. Congratulations, Amy. You're doing good this year. Get it up. 6th place with 66.25, Jeff Sisk.
Yeah, I got ready. Show the top 5 this team. That's 55.
And we're paying the top 5%, and Greg will pay value.
That's top 10%. We had 55. Timmy's not real good at math.
I'm not real good at math. I don't do pay 5. In 5th place, 67.25, Jordan Clark.
Good job, man.
Job, Big Daddy. 4th place with 68 inches, Brian Kennedy.
Congrats, man.
Congratulations.
Gotcha.
3rd place with 70.25 inches, Andrew Sweet. It's 2 for 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And second place, and he's not here because he had to go back to work this evening, with 72 inches, Philip Backus. And in first place with 73.5 inches, Gary Thompson. Congratulations.
I'm guessing you fished the lake too, right?
Yeah. Grabbed it from the house.
This is an hour.
Oh, well,
Yeah, that's right. Congrats, man.
Our top female with 58 3/4, Christy Orak. So we only had 8 team tournaments, so we're only paying out the top team, but we got trophies for the top 3. And in third place with a total of 124 3/4, Dink Duo.
Hey, it's right this time too.
Sweet.
Yeah, we double checked, triple checked.
Good job, man.
Appreciate it. In second place with a total of 129 1/4, Kicking Bass, Mark Edwards and Blaine Winters.
Oh, you get to set both of them, all right?
We'll just put a photo.
Yeah, we'll Photoshop
And our top team with 133 1/4 fishing laws. I'm telling you, what, you know, yeah, what's this all?
You gotta put your arm around him again like you did last time.
Yeah, that was good.
And that should be it.
Harry, what you got down here, dude? What you got going on?
Oh, only the finest.
Oh, that's right.
Only the finest.
So we're going the Guggen Brother hot dog burn, and this is for donation only, no charge, and everything goes to Patriots Ford.
For all the work on
All the work on the food, because I know that's
Did you bring the hot dogs today?
kept them in the glove box. That's right. If you guys want to make any donations to Patriots 4, throw it in there if you haven't done it already.
Okay, so that was my recorded video of what took place up at the Cheat River. I apologize if there was any audio issues, but that 20-minute video was a bear to get from my iPhone to my laptop. So let's take a breakdown of what we talked about tonight before we go away. First and foremost, for everybody that jumped on here, made comments, and stuck out the hour and 5 minutes, thank you. Appreciate you sticking around to watch the show. We broke down tonight the guys from Florida that were our top 3 for the Customer Appreciation Event that FeelFree Kayaks put on. and those guys whipped it down there. They caught some really nice bass. So guys, great job there. Then we had Chris Payne jump on, and he gave us some insight, tips, and tricks on how to fish in the sun and what to look for when you want to avoid the crowd working the shade line. So thank you, Chris, for that. And then, of course, the video that we just showed here regarding the West Virginia Kayak Angler event and what they did for Patriots 4 up in Parsons. I want to tell you guys, I'm a veteran. I'm a combat veteran, and going to the Cheat River event, it's the reason I took off 3 days, because I wanted to go up there, spend my money at that location that's veteran friendly. And if you're a veteran angler that wants to fish some decent water, it's not real challenging. There are some class 4 and 5 rapids on the river, but they're marked and you can avoid those. But the float from Parsons, from Holly Mills down to Patriots 4, is about a 6.5 hour, 7 hour float. It's easy float. On our practice day, when the water was up and stained, it was a great float, and I caught almost 68 inches of fish that day. I would have finished 4th if I could have duplicated that on tournament day, but tournament day I only finished with 57 or 56, 57 inches and finished 22nd. So I didn't have that good of a day, but the water dropped 18 inches, and me and Jack had to get out of our boats a couple times and drag. But that's no excuse on my part, because the 10th place guy, Mark Edwards, there had 66 inches, and he fished right behind us. So the fish were there, I just couldn't find them. Next week is ICAST, and I will hope to be flying out Tuesday with Beth. I'm going to go down and hang out with all my friends from all over the nation and world. Hopefully get to see Peter from FeelFree in Thailand. He's a New Zealander, I believe. Get to hang out with him and the staff from FeelFree. I get to see Derek Burgos from Pure Florida Water Sports. Hopefully get to see some of the rest of you fellas. Get to see the Paddle and Fin crew when they're doing their podcast. But my plan is to put this old baby to work and do some live video from ICAST and give you guys something to look at. Now, FeelFree guys, 3 water guys, you need to be paying attention. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. So we're going to shut her down now. Longest show of the year. If there were any audio issues with the playback of my video, I apologize. My son was telling me he was watching it in the room next door and it wasn't playing right. Plays right on the computer, just didn't seem to go out right for the feed. But please drop in your comments. Go to the FeelFree pages and congratulate the guys for their great finishes. And let's throw up some credits and jump out of here.